So now I have to gradually work myself back up to where I left off. And so pain that I normally wouldn't feel, I feel because what's happening is that muscle is being broken down. It's being stripped because it has to be stripped in order for new growth to happen. So when we extract pain, or we omit pain rather, then what happens is we never get the experience from the struggle that we're supposed to get. We never get the strength that we're supposed to get. So we've been conditioned to lose. So those kids have been conditioned because now I want to get recruited by a P5. I want to get recruited by a P4. But your GPA, they can't even look at you. Your film says it all, but your grade says you ain't ready for the next one.
The B2S Podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop motivated apparel and grab yourself some motivated apparel today.
Hey, yo, what up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success Podcast, where we share principles on how to live life by design and not by default. It's your boy, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. Man, we are excited and delighted to be with you guys on tonight. Blueprint Nation, stand up. We back. We live. And we ready to get this thing going on tonight, man. So we hope y'all had a very happy Thanksgiving. Hope you spent some time with the family, being thankful and grateful for everything that you have. And so y'all know what it is, man. We gonna go ahead and get this thing going, man. Get all the preliminaries out of the way. Y'all know how we do.
Yes, sir.
Man, y'all give it up for my brother from a different mother. Y'all give it up for Mr. Dumbo, Mr. Lions Den.
I just need a drum roll.
Keep it coming. Got something new down the pipe. 2025 gonna be live. Y'all give it up for the bro, man. Y'all give it up for Alxndr Hall.
What's going on? Blueprint Nation. I need somebody going wild for the boy. What's happening? What's going on, man?
What's going on, fellas?
No, trucking through the week. Just came back for Thanksgiving. You already know how it go, man.
Full of turkey,
Ooh.
ham, greens, beans, potato.
Hey,
You
all that, you feel me?
yeah, that's what's up, man.
Still,
Yeah, Blueprint Nation. Y'all know what it is,
yeah,
man.
man.
The brother from the same mother, Mr. Big Bag.
Yeah,
It's going. Mr. Got it. He said, if I ain't got it, I can go get it.
Come on.
Mr. No Grind, No Glory.
You already know.
Man, y'all give it up for Boy Wonda, man. What's happening, bro?
Yo, so many great things going on. Let's see, 2025 gonna be so
25.
live.
Give me live, get live 5.
Gonna be so loud, bro. I'm excited. I'm excited. Hey, but man, all this well, man. I ain't got no complaints, bro. I'm just moving like my brother said, man. We just trucking through the week.
Trucking
You know
through
what I'm saying? I just
Push you.
bless his holy name in the good and the bad. And the
Yeah,
indifferent. And so, but other than that, man, just in recording mode, bro, just it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Y'all got some stuff y'all been working on too, ain't no?
yeah,
Yeah, we finished.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Quarter already. Yeah, so
At least with the music portion.
yeah, the next stage is gonna be mixing.
Yeah.
The mastering got ready to go.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting on me and him working on the content and stuff. So
Facts. It's gonna be nice.
yeah,
I already know.
it's fine. It's dope.
Already.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I already know.
I can't wait. It's gonna be a huge year, man. Like seriously, it's gonna be a lot going on next year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
We got some other dates locked in too. Is God opening doors, bro. Like I cannot thank him enough.
Yeah, I saw something Knowledge posted today.
Mm-hmm.
So he sound like he got some news fire coming too.
Oh yeah, my brothers. Yeah, bro. Bro, the new music that's coming, bro, it's gonna be nice.
Indeed.
I can't wait.
Indeed, brother, indeed.
Listen,
Indeed.
I have another question. Will you be motivated and shifted enough
He just
from the man? Because he impact,
throw this
he
guy.
inspire, and he influence. How is my big brother?
I am doing well.
Oh my gosh.
I am doing well.
Elaborate.
It's my soul. Oh man. Oh man. It's I'm just excited to serve, man. I'm just excited to serve. I'm excited about basketball season just kicked in, so I got to go back and look at the calendar. So I think I'm gonna miss the first game because I actually got to preach that night. If I think so, I'm gonna have to miss out on that one. But other than that, I'm excited, man. Just seeing the development from the kids and just being used, man. And I was reading, I was doing my my meditation this morning, and it was actually talking about some stuff that I've said. So sometimes you just reread, or regurgitate things you've already known, things you said, and it just kind of hit in a different light. Because I always talked about, I heard somebody else say it a while back, talking about if you're in the hallway, praise him till the door open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like along those lines. So it's like, like we talked about with the last podcast, talking about in transition and being stuff like that. So it's like, and I had to go back and listen to one of my own messages. And, can you serve in the process?
Yeah.
Because, David, he wasn't sent to fight. He was sent to deliver lunch to his brother. You know what I'm saying? So he, but as an opportunity presented itself, he took advantage of it. But he was technically prepared for it because, he fought the bear, he fought the lion.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's like, who was this uncircumcised giant? Like, man, I ain't scared of you, man. I done killed the bear and the lion with my bare hand. Dog, let's go, bring it. You know what I'm saying? So and it was like, it was an opportunity he took advantage of. So it was like, but he was sent to bring them forward. He wasn't sent to fight the giant. He was just the one that I do it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, that's what I was kind of focused on this morning. It was like, can I serve while I'm in my process? Can I continue to serve and then serve at the highest level in which you can serve? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, getting back on, that just focusing on that. When I thought about it, I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you don't open up. I love how you said when he was prepared for the opportunity when it presented itself. His previous trial was the lion, the bear, and then the giant. It makes me think, okay, what is your bear? What is your lion? What is your giant? What are some things that God is preparing you for to battle that you're in preparation for to be able to be ready when the opportunity presents itself? If you pass those first two tests, like the confidence through the roof, so you ready to slay the giant that's before you. That's before you. So when you said that, I was like, so what is the lion? So what is a bear? What is a giant? Like it's different levels and different kinds of preparations for each level. The confidence, the and even the weapons may be different. What is the prayer language? What can you do to prepare to have an advantage and leverage to defeat your lion, your bear, or your giant?
Sound like we talking about lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Well, you know that's good. That's powerful because you got to remember, Saul tried to give him his armor. You know, because naturally, you know, give me my gun, give me my sword, give me my shield, give me the breastplate, you know, and all this type stuff. But it was too heavy for him. It wasn't meant for him. You know, all he had was a sling and some rocks.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
And he was free. So imagine having all that on and you trying to, you about to fall out.
You weighed down by something that wasn't created for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's like, what are you? Because you know, even like and go once again, it's crazy how even like the podcasters are piggybacking off each other because we didn't plan this, but it goes back to like us being in that transition phase. You know what I'm saying? Because like when Pastor Lynn asked me, you know, when God had told her, like, I think I was up, you know, I don't know if I was ministering or you know, it was my turn to do the offering or whatever it was, but she said God asked him, like, who is he? You know, because you moved a certain way for so long and now you adapted other people's attributes, even though you weren't trying to. But that's how it's coming across. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to slay your giant with somebody else's tools, and that's not the tool that God gave you to slay your giant, because what you have is enough. So a lot of times we feel like what we got is not enough. It's not like XYZ. It doesn't sound like so-and-so. So it's like, well, but that ain't what God gave you. You were meant to sound like so-and-so. You weren't meant to act like so-and-so. You wasn't meant to do like so-and-so, because at the end of the day, you are who you are, and God has your lane for you, prepared for you. So it's like you gotta walk that lane, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, like going to 2025, man, it's like I'm just straight open book. Just trying to figure, it's like blank canvas like last week. I'm just trying to forget everything in a sense. It's like I'm trying to forget everything I learned. You know, because that word was so strong, and you know, we trust her anointing because she's, you know, both our leaders are very gifted, y'all know. And it was just the word just echoed in my heart and in my mind, like ever since I heard it. Yeah. It's like I'm checking for everything. I'm checking, like, you know, I'm checking everything.
You got to, because it's easy to go off what you used to know. It's comfortable. It's convenient. I don't have to put in as much work. So even when I moved out, and I think about when God told me, you got 3 months, you need to go ahead and move. Because I was comfortable. I was like, all right, well, where the bread coming from? You gonna have to do it. Like, and I wasn't in a rebellious state, but I was like, God, I'll move and I'll continue to do what I need to do, but you gonna have to lead and guide and order my footsteps, because this is unorthodox. This is out of the unordinary. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I sat with myself, God was like, listen, I can only use you as much as you allow yourself to be used. So while you're here, you're at a cap. I want to do more through you than what you're accustomed to or what you're used to doing. Like, I have to grow you. I have to mature you in a way that your parents can't grow you or mature you.
Right.
What you learned from.
Right.
Or what you picked up.
Or try to shelter you from something that God don't want you to be sheltered from, because you won't grow from it.
Exactly. And it was all of those things.
Yeah.
And moving out and really going about my own and just sitting with myself, I picked up a lot of things from mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that, okay, they used tools that they had that they were able to teach us with. Now we have to advance and take it to a 2.0. You know what I mean? And now we have to really elaborate and sit with, okay, now, how do you want me to move now? Because everything that I was accustomed to has been stripped.
Right.
How do I move? How? And he was showing me. As I was seeking him, he was showing. He was giving me the tools. He was giving me the language.
I got a question for y'all.
Go ahead, bro.
I gotta have you, Alexndr. I want you to lead with this one.
Straight from the house.
What do you do when you stripped?
So when I'm stripped, personally,
Yeah.
the first thing that I do when I'm stripped, now this is just me, right? The first thing that I do when I'm stripped, I look at the things and the places that I normally wouldn't see when I was covered.
Do tell.
Elaborate, my friend.
So when you're covered, like right now, you got your shirt on, pants, you see your arms, hands, you look in the mirror, you can see your neck up, you got your hat on, you can see this part and that part. But if you didn't wash your hair, I don't know if you didn't wash your hair or not. Right? But if you move your hat, your hat is gonna scrape against your head. And if you didn't, the dandruff flakes might fly, and whatever that's underneath your hat is gonna show. It's gonna show what you didn't do. It's gonna show how you didn't take care of yourself. It's gonna show if you've been busy that week. So I look at the places. I look at the places where I've been overlooking myself. I look at the things that I've been trying to hide, that I want to keep covered. I immediately look at those things because those are the things that that I know I need to work on. And when you strip, you can't hide from it. So I let the pain hit. I let the embarrassment hit. I let the shame hit for a second. I let it hit because if it don't hit, it don't move you. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't ignite you for change.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So pain and discomfort, it has a
It has its advantage.
it has its advantage, it has its place.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I for a split second, I allow the pain do what pain is supposed to. It's supposed to be an awakening. It's pain is a type of indicator something is wrong. So I immediately look at, okay, this don't feel right. This is not right. I don't like that. I've been trying to hide from this, but since it's stripped, I might as well look at it. You know what I mean? Let me look at it for myself. Let me look at what everybody else is. It's funny. You can try to cover it up all you want. The people around you can see it through your clothes.
Yeah.
You can cover dandruff up all you want with your hat. But if you don't wash your hair, they can't see it dandruff, but they can smell a stench. You know what I mean? So like the things that you try to cover up and don't work on, the people around you, they see it. You know what I mean? Because eventually how you feel and what you're trying to hide, eventually you're not going to be able to hide it for long. You're going to walk like you have a defect. You're going to talk like you're going to have a defect. You're going to smell like you have a defect. You know what I mean? So when I'm stripped, I just look at those places, I let it hit.
That's good.
You know what I mean? So I know where my starting point is at.
Yeah.
You know, that's just me. That's what I do when I'm stripped.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's step one.
Yeah.
That's just step one.
Well, that's a lot.
It is. And I can
That's
add,
a lot.
Yeah.
Step one, that's a lot.
That's
But
just step
good.
one.
yeah. Because I can add to that. It's the same as that, but it's also just like I have to retrace my steps. I have to go back to what caused me to get to this place.
I call it paper trailing. Paper trail.
Like what was the moment? What was the memory? What was I feeling? Why does the way that I feel about this is making me move like this? Is it hindering me? Is it propelling me? Even with, I noticed a lot about myself when mom passed, about things that I picked up that subconsciously I didn't even realize I picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was causing me to move different. It was causing me to. It took me a while to get back to my original normal self,
Mm-hmm.
and in a place to where I could really say I was this person. Like I can really say when I was at this moment, I feel like I'm back at that moment
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like it's a. It'll never be the same, but it's a new normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new norm that I have to get accustomed to. And that's one of the things that I had to learn is to accept the new norm and figure out, okay, how can you move through the new norm
Mm-hmm.
to where you can feel yourself and not lose yourself?
Mm-hmm.
To where you can really, you know what, I do need to work on this. I do. And bro, like, I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like, even just being comfort in the things that don't comfort me, that don't even really do anything for me,
Mm-hmm.
but other than damage me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's even with performances, even with just being out and about with regular people, just just chilling, just you distance yourself. You notice things that are different. And until you really be honest with it and acknowledge it, it's hard to shift and move from it.
Mm-hmm.
So from when I'm stripped, I'm just like, okay, how did I get here?
Mm-hmm.
What was the moment?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what do I do within the moment now that I acknowledge it?
Mm-hmm.
Am I willing to move forward and improve?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can know all, the old saying, they say, yeah, I know. But if you know, you'll do.
Mm-hmm.
But are you willing to do what you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's the real true test of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And all of this reminds me of going back to the garden with Adam.
Where are you?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Where are you, Adam?
Yeah. And it wasn't a physical place. It was
Proximity.
proximity spiritually, positionally, because where I left you, you wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
You was positioned for greatness. Why did you remove yourself from that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You was positioned from not having to work for anything. You was positioned. You know what I'm saying? You are and still my most prized possession, but in a sense, you was my most prized possession because I esteemed you in a place that you removed yourself from. I didn't remove you from that place. You removed yourself from that place. So now you're trying to cover yourself up with something that I didn't give you because you didn't realize the state that you were in until you did something that you weren't supposed to do.
Exactly.
You always was naked, but consciously you wasn't aware because you was in the place of a position that you were supposed to be in. And now all of a sudden you're not in a position that you weren't supposed to be in. And so now awareness sets in, but an awareness that you wasn't supposed to be aware of. So it's like sometimes we position ourselves in certain situations that God never intended us for us to be in. But because that's what we wanted, that was our heart's desire. That was maybe what society placed on us, and we adapted that nature. And so now we succumb to the rewards, I guess, so to speak. But even though we was rewarded, but who's to say that, because the pastor, preached some good stuff the last couple weeks, and he, I think it was either this past Sunday or last Sunday. And it was like, even with blessings, a lot of times we say God has blessed us with stuff but it's like, it ain't the fact that God blessed us with stuff. It was a result of you doing a certain thing. And then we want to put God's stamp on it. It's like, no, anybody could have done that. If anybody would have worked in that manner to get what you got, that really is not to say that God blessed me. That God didn't give you that. You earned that. You worked for that. You understand? And so I think sometimes we position ourselves and we think it's something that it's not. You understand what I'm saying? And so in being stripped in that manner, for me, it's all of those things what you guys just said, but when I go back to think about Adam, it was like the position was there, the ordinance was there, which was the instructions that was given. It was there. But I'm asking another question, and it's simple. and y'all can answer it because the instructions was given.
Right.
So what was it that allows people to not follow the instructions? Because you say you want XYZ. Get it all the time. Bro, I come across so many, like I started following, well, I've been following, but like a lot of people that deal with the recruiting process, because one of the local social media outlets that's real known in the area and outside of the area, he posted something about a week ago and I reposted it. And it was like, to the fact, because everybody want to post their highlights, talk about recruit me, I'm the best, I'm this and that. But then you ain't taking care of business in the classroom. So certain schools, if your GPA ain't in a certain place, I can't even look at you.
Nope.
Because you hadn't positioned yourself for what you desire. So it looks good that you got the stats. It looks good that you got the interceptions, the touchdowns, the tackles. All this stuff looks great on film, but you didn't take care of business off film. So you say you want this next level, but you can't skip the step because there's different levels. Like Dub said earlier, it's a lower tier level, but I know always said, a lot of people said, but to play ball at the next level, at any level, is a blessing because it's still the next level.
Yep.
But the level that you desire isn't that level. So, but the requirement is if your GPA isn't here, I can't even look at you. I don't care how great your film is. So, Adam, I positioned you. I gave you instructions. Why didn't you follow the instructions? You want this next level. Why did you follow the instruction? And it was great because he reposted my retweet because I retweeted it, but I did it with a post because a lot of times you be reading, kid, man, they sleeping on me, man, they sleeping on me. So I was like, man, yeah, I said, basically I was like, man, this is the post of the year right here. I agree with this 1,000%. And then I basically retweeted, stop talking about you being slept on if you sleeping on your grades. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so what is it? And it's crazy. It's like even with the kids, with this, what's this new rap sensation called? It's a certain thing terminology. Yeah, it's a new rap terminology now. Yeah. It's like another level of gangster rap or trapping, thugging, or whatever it is called. But drill, that's it.
Drill music.
Drill music. So you got, and it's just the culture is just, so it's like, you know it's not good, but you still do it. So I know I said, I just wanted to really paint this picture before we head to this part of the discussion. So yeah. I just wanted to paint the picture. So, I mean, what is it that, like the instructions are right here. Here, you say you want to do this? Well, here you go. You have to do this, this, and this. So, do this, and this. Now, it may not look exactly like that, but you will end up where you're supposed to be. If you skip this, you have no chance to get there. Because once again, in order to get this offer on this level, I can't even look at you because your GPA is a 2.8. The floor is a 3.2. And it's being preached to you all 4 years. Get your grades right. Get your grades right. Get your grades right. But then you just got this picture in your mind that you ain't got to get your grades right. So what is it that causes people to not follow the instructions?
Two things. This is just my personal opinion. Don't quote me, you know what I mean? But for me I'm 37, right? So I'm a little older, but I'm still, a lot of people like, you're still a baby. You know what I'm saying? Really older women.
Tell that to somebody that ain't been through that what I've been through.
Yeah, you're a baby. I'm a baby? Okay.
Yeah.
big diaper. All right. But for to me, I'm gonna say these two things, and then Dub gonna finesse how he always do. One of the things is the reason why, and me coming from the house, always speaking for myself 1st Every time that I didn't do or don't do, let's keep it real, right? Their instruction is because it's always a fight with vision and sight.
It's good. I like where you going.
And I think I kind of brushed across it before on a podcast before, not the last one, but one. I'm pretty sure I said something like this before. But it's true. Vision and sight. The reason why a lot of us don't do the instruction or don't follow through is because we take your vision and sight is different. Your sight will have you afraid of what you need to do to accomplish or get your hands on the vision that's set ahead. Prime example, the homie on the water, Jesus out there like, yo, slide with me. Come on out here. That's Jesus. Yeah, I'm out here. Come on out here. My man's was on there. He started looking around, sight. Vision is walk. Vision is you're walking on water. You're following me. You're walking. That's vision. Vision is taking place. You walking on water. That's powerful. I can't swim. So for somebody to walk on water, that's completely different. But your sight, looking at the waves and the lightning flashing, got you drowning. So you didn't follow through, but you paying attention and you doing what you need to do. So for a lot of people, a lot of us, I think that the sight of what's going on bangs us up to where we take our eyes off the vision. The people who, the young men who are in college, high school, they playing football. What your friends doing? The little females. You might not be the flyest in school. Even at home, your parents could be arguing and stuff like that. You live in a bad neighborhood. All that stuff is sight. You're not thinking about, I'm a sophomore. I got to stay with it this whole next year. So junior year, I can be a little better. I'm a junior now. Next year, college is going to be, that's vision. I don't care about what's going on. I have to do what I need to do every day so I can get better, because the vision in 2 years, I'm trying to be, that's vision. So what we see and what's going on around us keeps us, it's like a magnet. It slowly drags us up from the grind of hitting the vision. I think that's the first one. The second thing that I think, this is me. The second thing is when we read stuff, I don't think we really have a great interpretation of what's being said and actually having it downloaded in us and it's hitting in us. Let me tell you something. And some apartment complexes, when you hit some of them don't come with ceiling fans and stuff. You know what I mean? So you have to get a lamp. So if you walk in the room and you plug in the lamp, but you don't turn the switch on, that lamp ain't got no power. You have to plug in the lamp and hit the switch. A lot of us are just consuming, but not doing the work. So the stuff that you're consuming can take resonance and it's powerful on the inside of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we consuming stuff and not putting the work in to have that stuff take over so it can become alive in us and actually move through us. So we can see powerful stuff happen in us, the super and the natural combined. So I don't think the stuff that we read all the time, we really understand how powerful it is. Because if you don't understand, then you ain't really gonna do fully. You ain't really gonna act on it fully. Because you really don't understand. It just sound good. It just sound good. But when you really believe it, you start living it, you start testing it, that's when it hit different. You know what I mean? So I think that's my opinion. I think in those two things, bro. Because when I'm gonna say this, bro. When Jesus was in he's in the wilderness, devil came to him with some stupid junk. He told him, paraphrasing, he told him, man should not live our bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth, bro. And ever since, for some reason, the last couple of months, that just stick with me. Now, when I see stuff in the word, and it actually hit where I'm at, like, oh, this junk hit different. It hit different. When I think it's in the book of Proverbs, it says that all work is profitable. It hit different. It hit, that mean get out there. It's gonna work. All work is profitable. Profit is not just money. Did you have a certain understanding that you did before of this matter? That's profit. You gain something. You can't gain nothing if you don't go do nothing.
Exactly.
So the word is powerful, bro. And I don't think people understand, like, when you're reading this stuff is real. This is real life. This ain't just no story. No. And if you believe it and put it in you and you do the things around it, you start to pray. Sometimes we don't read enough, so we can't understand it. You would not learn algebra if you just pick it up once or twice. You have to go through it every day, do the homework. Eventually, even if you don't like it, you're going to catch on to the formulas. But you can't catch on to the formulas if you don't go do your homework. You just don't. You ain't did no homework all week and think you're gonna slide the test on Friday. You finna slide that F because you ain't do no homework. You know what I'm saying? 1,000%. You can tell the ones who actually put the work in and who don't. You can tell.
Bro, I love you went there. And this is actually it was a true post. I came across a post yesterday.
Yeah.
The college professor, I want to say it was a class of 72 students or something like that. It was a test coming up. The professor emailed every student basically the answers to the test. Nobody opened the email. The average score, this is the average score, was a 72. Dang. And she was livid. Because how in the world y'all flunk a test I gave you the answers to? And this is where we are as a society, because once again, dummy me, I always go in and read the comments because it just show us where we are as a people. And so many people was making excuses for the kids for not opening up the email. And no shade, but someone was saying, because it actually go back to what we was talking about earlier, because a lot of them were saying, because it was after school hours. Bro, and then you got people's like, hold up, where they do that at? Because when you're in school,
yeah,
especially in the college level, they tell you to check your email. Because how do you get your syllabus? They usually send it by email. They send it, and this is a requirement that you're going to have to check your email because that's one of the primary communications of the professor. And so it was just reading, and I just stopped reading. I was like, wow, because then certain people was saying, like, it's just astonishing me how y'all are making excuses for these kids when all they had to do was open up and read their email, because in the beginning of the class, it is stated in your syllabus that when you get an email from your professor, you need to check it because it may be something you need to know. And out of 70 plus kids, nobody opened up the email, and you flunked the test because you didn't read the email.
The B2S Podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R828 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to starve your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together. which goes down to what I like to insert. There's a mental disconnection between what must be done and what they think should happen.
Dub does.
There's a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And what does that cause? It causes through lack of discipline, lack of focus, lack of determination, lack of will, lack of drive. If you're constantly surrounded by whatever you're surrounded by, and then that's all, like you said, that's all you see, that's all you hear, and you're always in survival mode, you only know what you're accustomed to and what you're in. You can't follow what you're not concentrated on. You can't. You can't. This was one of my prayers. Like for me going back to school, I was like, Lord, let me be able to intake everything, because it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be hard. But I know I can do it. I believe in myself, and I know this is what God pulling me to, what He's calling me to, because the amount of support and people just giving me insight, intel, instructions. Hey, you should do this. Do. Hey, move like this. Do. When I'm getting a runaround from everywhere else, they like, no, do this. There's a certain aura and there's a certain way you have to move in order to determine the results that you're looking for. But you have to be willing to come out. You have to know how to get out of survival mode. And that's what a lot of people are really on. It's hard to follow what you're not even focused on, what you're not even thinking about. That's not even your vicinity.
Right.
How can I focus if dad hit mom? How can I focus in saying this is who I am? This is what I believe I should be doing. I know I'm gifted. I know I'm talented, but it's so much boggling in my mind, I can't even perform right.
That's good.
So what do I have to do to pull that extra 2% to get me in a place where I don't want to be like this? Your tide has to be tied.
Yeah.
If your tide ain't tied, that hunger, that dog, it ain't gonna come. It's not gonna come.
That's good. Actually, that kind of stems into what I was gonna say, just in a tad bit of a different light. Cause
please elaborate.
In a sense, it's a plethora of everything y'all said, and I'm just gonna add to. I ain't taking away, multiplying, or dividing. I'm just gonna add my thing. I think it's an old saying, and I don't remember where I heard this from. I remember one of the places I heard it from, but I've heard it from multiple different places, so you never know who the original source came from. Is the simple fact that we were born to win, but conditioned to lose. So my thing is conditioning. So it's like we condition a people to expect more with doing less. So when you look at the next generation and when you look at society, it's been conditioned that way. Because when you look at how we grew up, we was conditioned that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain things you may have became out of the womb, but a lot of the things you became. So when you was conditioned to lose, it means you was born a winner. You know, everybody prepared. You know, the baby shower, we're going to prepare you with pampers. We're going to shower you with gifts. We're going to shower you with clothes. We're going to shower you with all the tools necessary because you're a winner. Oh, look at you. You can do anything. You at that age, you can do anything you want to do. You can do anything you put your mind to, but then you condition that baby to lose, to suffer loss. How did you do that? Because you didn't want the baby to suffer like you suffer. Because it didn't make you feel good, because for that moment you had to lose because you couldn't get what you wanted to get. So you don't want your baby to feel that well. But we forgot that resilience that you got came from you losing. Because mama and daddy didn't get you what you wanted when you wanted it. So the resilience that you have made you go get it, but now you take that go get it attitude out of your son and your daughter because now you don't want them to feel the hurt or the pain that you felt because you suffered lack just for a moment. conditioned. Baby, you can do anything you want to do, but that doesn't entail you to suffer, because suffering equates with what you said in the beginning, bro, Alxndr, pain. All pain ain't bad pain.
Nope.
Even though pain is a sign of something wrong, also pain is also an indicator that something is going on new. Because it breaks down. Because I haven't been working out consistently for about 4 months. So this week I started back consistently. So last night, so even in the consistency of with me working out, I haven't done free weights in over a year. So when I'm going in there, I'm working on straight machines.
Yep.
Anything I've done is straight machine, no free weights at all. Once in a blue moon, I get on the Smith machine. But for the most part, just straight machine. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna transform. I'm gonna transform my body right now this season. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna get the supplements that I get, and then I'm gonna change my workout. I'm gonna go back to the free weights. So the weights that I normally start at, I started back at those, but it didn't feel the same because I haven't did those in so long. So even though I can do 10 reps, those 10 reps wasn't as easy as it used to be because I used to been tossed them. I didn't do 10. That was my warm-up set.
No problem.
No problem. Like, yeah, going to the next. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm finna go back here, and then I'm finna go back to my old routine. I'm finna start here, I'm gonna do 10 here, then I'm gonna go to the next set. I'm gonna do 10 there, and then I'm gonna go to the next set. No.
Well, think about it.
You want some of this, old man? No. So I was like, man.
Talk to you about them
So-
weights.
Well, I ended up doing 3 sets of the same weight. So now I have to gradually work myself back up to where I left off. And so pain that I normally wouldn't feel, I feel because what's happening is that muscle is being broken down. It's being stripped because it has to be stripped in order for new growth to happen. So when we extract pain, or we omit pain rather, then what happens is we never get the experience from the struggle that we're supposed to get. We never get the strength that we're supposed to get.
Exactly.
So we've been conditioned to lose. So those kids have been conditioned because now I want to get recruited by a P5. I want to get recruited by a P4. But your GPA, they can't even look at you. Your film says it all. But your grade says you ain't ready for the next level. So it's almost so my thing is based on condition. I think we've been conditioned for that situation. We've been conditioned in those now. Because we want more, but we've been conditioned that I can get more by doing less, and it's far from the truth. That's my 2%.
It's going to take more.
Yeah, like you said, that 2%. What would happen if you would do that too? That extra 2%, the extra 4%.
Makes a difference.
Makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. If you trained, and I was telling this to some of the kids a couple of weeks ago, man, one of the coaches was talking with one of the kids. I said, y'all gotta look at something. If you stayed after practice for 10 minutes, you in your position group, and I was just say the QB and the receiver. Say there's a disconnect with the wide receiver, the QB core. The reason there's a disconnect because y'all don't know each other.
Exactly.
The reason the great quarterbacks are as great as they are and the receivers are as great as they are is because there's a connection there. I know how fast you are. How do I know that? Because I spent time with you. I know when you break off your route, I know where to put the ball based upon your speed. But if I'm inconsistent, it's going to be inconsistencies in the connection. Because if I'm always overthrowing the ball, guess what's going to happen? The receiver's not going to run his route because he know I'm always overthrowing the ball. Or if I'm underthrowing the ball, he's not going to. So, and I've seen it. I've seen it because there were so many inconsistencies with one person, it created inconsistencies in the next person. And so I say, what will happen if y'all would just spend 10 minutes, just 10 minutes together after practice?
That's that willingness on both sides.
That's the willingness. But then when you look at it, like when we talk about that 1%, let's just keep it straight. 5 days a week. That's almost an extra hour a week. That's an extra 4 hours in a month. 5 if you count 5 weeks. So 12 months. That's an extra 60 hours of work you just put in by just doing an extra 10 minutes a day.
And it's going to increase.
And it's going to increase.
Because go longer, you're going to do more because now you're in
you're seeing the progression. You're seeing the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Results.
You're seeing the results. So what's going to happen when I change my routine? Like, and it was so funny because I met a dude, and man, I must have talked with him for about an hour, and we know the same people. And so we was talking about, because he was like, man, I was just talking about, because the product that I bought, this is one I be telling y'all that I buy when I want to cut up. Mm-hmm. So and he was like, man, I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. And but you know, man, I like to kind of do my, he said, but I said, you know, if I find somebody else that can give me a viable, you know, and he was like, man, and then here you come. I said, bro, it worked. I said, trust. I said, because I done tried a lot of supplements and my body don't take it. I said, but every now and then, when I want to get to a certain place, I'll come and buy this supplement because it works. You know what I'm saying? So it's me making the sacrifice and the extra choice to cut this out and cut that out, and then add this. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. So it's just like now you have to recondition yourself for the sacrifice. So if you say you want that P4 offer, you say you want that P5 offer, then you have to pay attention to your grades. You have to open up the email. Teacher sent out the freaking email and nobody opened it out of the whole class. Now, one person opened up the email and all the answers to the test was in the email.
Because you have to keep your face on the vision.
The vision. Vision is to pass the class.
You have to, so whatever at work, it don't matter. My job is to make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's and learn as much as I can learn about whatever it is for where I'm going next. Mm-hmm. I don't care how, whatever I'm learning right now, I know it's going to benefit me somewhere on the other side. It doesn't matter how I'm learning right now. I don't care as long as I'm learning it. But since I'm doing stuff, as a matter of fact, I'm going to make sure I double down on everything that I do just because I don't like what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make sure I make it look good.
Because a lot of times we don't even realize it's creating endurance in us and things
that
we may have low tolerance level for. But you're going to need a certain level of tolerance and endurance to be persistent and to continue. Mm-hmm. Like, my mindset changed when I worked at Howard Heights. When my boss, Tony, before then, it was just, I'm just here getting a check. I was working, do my job. I get along with my coworkers. I go home. Mm-hmm. But when I met Tony, he's like, come on. I was like, man, look, man, I'm just tired, man. Like, nobody pulling their weight. I'm doing this person's job, that person's job. I'm keeping the kitchen clean. Nobody don't want to work. People coming in late. He's like, hey, man, you on assignment. This ain't got nothing to do with the job at all. Mm-hmm. This is about how you respond to things and how you handle things as they come. Yeah. And what are you going to do when they... Yeah. But he broke that thing down, too. When he broke my whole...
mentality shift.
It shifted because nobody never taught me this like that.
Yeah.
Like mom and dad, they teach us how to, within
right.
But it's like when you get out of here, you dealing with X amount of personalities.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it made me reflect, and I was just like, God. And I felt so bad in a way that, like, dang, I should have known this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But how can you know it unless you're in the facility? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it's just like it created a high endurance level. And so from that moment forward to now, I'm on assignment on each job. Lord, what is my assignment here? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why am I in? Is there something that you obviously need to happen? Mm-hmm. What do I need to do? Mm-hmm. Even with my job now, I'm leaving. I didn't just leave, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we had. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because me and Doug was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all look, we we brothers and friends, bro.
For real.
This podcast. This is
It's real life.
this the watered down version. If you want to be,
Did you want
Right.
I'm just saying. So Dub called me. Like you know how we call each other. I was just today was my day. he shows me. So I pulled up on him, went to the crib. He was out, but he was you know how I be on low. He was man the job. Blah, blah, blah. I said, bro. I said your job. I said, you ain't gonna want to hear this. He ain't want to hear it either.
I showed him.
He didn't want to hear it.
No, that joke see real, boy. So,
Hey, I black out.
Yeah,
under
yeah. He was on go mode.
I black out.
I said,
See
bro, you different. I said, you're the difference maker on the job. I said, you ain't gonna want to hear this, but your responsibility is to get this stuff in order so the next person can have it better than you. That's your job.
you talking to me right now.
And that's very hard to do when you burnt out.
I'm talking about on E fumes.
He was on E. I said, bro,
Yeah.
I said, you ain't gonna want to hear this. I said, but as you being who you are and kingdom, how we are, your job is to make sure you get everything in order, all the systems in place. So when the next person come behind you, they have it 10 times better than you did. That's how you leave your mark. And guess what's happening? Right now, my position, I'm getting everything in order because I know I'm finna be out. I'm gonna make sure everything is in order. So whoever come, y'all are not gonna have it dumped on you how it was dumped on me. Because that's my job. The best I can get it for you.
Right.
I'm gonna get it all the tags. So when you scan, it's scanning properly. It's not scanning and ordering 10 different things how it is on me. And then look at me like I'm crazy. Y'all jump raggedy. But my job is to get it in order. So when I leave, you have it better. That's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I come across that, how can I leave it better than them before I got here? That's my job.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's vision.
Right.
That's vision, bro. That's not sight. Cause sight. So you know what sight is?
Man, y'all figure it out.
That's sight. that's sight.
Yeah, y'all figure it out.
Y'all figure it out.
This is what a song is sounding.
That's sight. Vision is when everything is inspired, and since it's my area, and I didn't put 85% of the stock there, but it's my area now. Vision is okay. That's my fault because it's my area now. It's my fault now. Okay, no, I didn't put it there. It's my fault. So okay, so how can we fix it? How can we do it? Vision is me learning how to take care of power levels better. Because when I leave here, I told one of the bros this at that church. I said, bro, how's school going? It's going. Bro, how's school going? I'm late on. I said, bro, your school costs too much money for you to be late on assignment. Stop playing around.
Right.
Yeah.
That part.
Look, now check this out. I said, bro, this week don't be late no more assignments. No more. Turn everything in before time, which is on time.
Yep.
I said, because you have to remember these assignments, these tests you're taking, when you leave here, they're still going to be here. The curriculum's still going to be here. But your work ethic and how you view stuff, you're going to take with you. So my work ethic and how I view stuff and my willingness to learn is that's going to leave with me. These boxes and these dusty flows and these surgeons who ain't washing their hands, they still going to be here.
Conditioning once again.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So vision.
Bro, even in vision, you're willing to go beyond what you see, even when you can see a disaster is about to occur. You try your hardest to
Not to slap Brian. You try your hardest. Almost. He's
been triggered.
Step away from.
You try your hardest not to disturb the vision.
Boy, look at him.
Step away from the man.
Because you know, if you disturb the vision, it's
My bad, y'all. I just care about it. Cause he did.
hey, that was just in the chamber. He got a couple more.
Boy.
he got a couple more. I promise.
But you know what? No, we gotta look at and we preach it to the choir. You gotta look at is what are you being conditioned for?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, and I just feel this, what you think you're being conditioned for is not what you're being conditioned for.
Yeah.
Because we think we know what the next level look like, but you really don't know what it looks like till you get there.
And it be small.
And it be crazy because you trained for it, you've been there, but it looks totally different on the next level. Because when you get there, you think, but it's just that, boy, I ain't know it was like this. Because what happens when you're about to snap, but then God has you over a fleet of trucks, but you didn't know that. Because I always tell my wife this. When I look at her journey, because I'm included in that journey. When I'm looking at what God has placed her over, I'm looking at even the things that she be frustrated about that we get to vent to each other about. And I'm like, God, what are you preparing us for? Because in my mind, I'm a visionary, but this don't make sense. And it's not supposed to make sense when it's God all the time, but it don't make sense because I'm looking at, are we going to own something like this one day? Because I'm looking at what she's over. I'm looking at the skills and the certifications that she's didn't desire in the process, but in the process, it became a desire. And now she's certified to oversee this type of stuff. So it's like, I've envisioned this, but the Bible says that he does exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think. So yeah, I envisioned this, but it's like, what is it? What is it? Because you think you've been conditioned for one thing, but when you get there, it's gonna be told. Because what happens when you want to slap Brian, but it's like, well, you're gonna have 10 Brians, but you don't know it yet.
I know.
So I need you to handle this Brian.
Yep.
Carefully, because it's going to be 10 of him down the road that you don't even know about because you think it's going to happen this way, but it's going to happen this way. And boom, it's like, oh, snap. Nah, I can't slap Brian because I'm going to have 10 of them. If I slap 10 Brians, I'm going to have 10 lawsuits.
Yeah,
What are you being, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you being conditioned for? Because what you think you're being conditioned for is not what you're being conditioned for.
Trust me.
Look,
I walked out of there, right? And the first thing that I did,
Don't slap Brian.
the first thing that I did was hit mama, right? No, the first thing I did was rebuke Satan. Straight up. That's the first thing I did on my own. Not that thought, I'm gonna cast that to the pits of hell. Let me touch my girl. Baby, you pray for me, please. Second thing.
Yep.
Coverage. Cover me. All right. And then third thing, allow myself to move to the right and allow the fruit of the spirit to do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just kill it with kindness. You know what I mean? So I still work with him. I still whatever. I still do be how I'm supposed to be with them. But it's only so much you just take from people. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I don't want to slap no Bryans. Especially if I got 10 of them and we got 10 locations and they're bringing me 10 bands each. You know what I'm saying? I ain't slapping down one of the Bryans.
And it can.
But at the same time, he almost anyway, but I did what you're saying though. I did what you're saying.
Yeah, that just hit me, man, because it's like even I'm looking at my transition because it's like I say right now, I'm okay with being okay with where I am, but and what I mean by that is being stripped. Feel like I'm being stripped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why you asked that question.
Huh?
I said, cause you be asking questions where
Y'all do the same thing. Y'all do the same thing. Don't put it on me, bro. Y'all jokers do the same thing.
Yeah, Alxndr.
We 3 peas in a pie.
Hey, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
You better put that on me. No, sir.
he said y'all do the same.
No, sir. And y'all do it so slick. You be like, hey, bro. One be like, hey, bro. The other would be like, don't come for me, bro. But
I just asked the question.
right.
Nah, but
Because that just
funny.
It just it's like I ain't gonna say I can't. I'm just saying it's hard. It's hard for me to not like, God, where is this going? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I'm here. I'm open. I'm a blank canvas. I haven't done a vision board in so long, so I just erased everything off my easel board in the office. It's just blank. It's a whiteboard just staring at me, and I'm staring at it because I'm not putting nothing up there until I know that this is what God said in this season. Because I know how to plan. I know how to strategize. I know these are things that I know, but it's like I'm stripping you. I know you know how to fight, David, but I'm stripping you because you can't fight with Saul's armor. I gave you a sling and 5 rocks. Use it. You gifted.
Use what you have.
Use what you have. Everybody can't do what you do with a sling and 5 rocks, but you can. Everybody can't part a Red Sea with a staff in their hand, Moses. But you can. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody who
Gideon. The 300.
Gideon.
Yeah.
300. Yeah.
Gideon.
Can't nobody slay 120,000 plus men with 10,000 people, but you can. Can't nobody smoke the waters in that part. Elijah, Elisha, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
That's big facts.
I have to be me because can't nobody do what I do because I can. Can't nobody do what you do because you can. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm an open book. So it's like, okay, God, all right, let's ride.
yeah, that's the first thing I do. Like when I'm a strip,
Let's ride.
when I'm a strip,
Yeah.
and maybe
Mhm.
I look at yourself, bro.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's hard. And sometimes, you know,
Did, bro. He was, bro, you did it. You opened up. He was stripped of the vision that God gave him. He stripped himself from the vision that God gave him. And so now, I'm naked. Who told you you was naked? I didn't tell you that. Because you removed yourself from the vision that I gave you and replaced it with your own.
yeah, bro, check this out.
But it feels like
What he did, he got some big,
big leagues.
God went back and then got him clothes that was better than when he made himself. God still clothed him properly
Still
before he
covered.
left.
Give me those. Because you can't cover yourself with that.
You can't even cover yourself properly. You can't make clothes for yourself, right?
You can't cover you the way I can cover you.
You know what I mean? So
You don't understand it right now, but as the old folks say, the sweet by, it gonna all make sense, but it don't make sense now. And for somebody like me that's real analytical, boy, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's just like medicine. It tastes terrible, but it's gonna heal your disease. Boy, that's a tough pill to swallow.
It is. Especially when you move a certain way.
Yeah.
And the excellence that you come from. So it's like, okay, God, what are you doing? You want to figure it out because you want to be on point, on post, because of
That's your nature.
that's your nature.
That's your nature.
That's second nature to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, okay, now that's the hardest thing, waiting on God to reveal what it is they need to reveal and still move forward and what you're supposed to be called
It's
and
so
purpose to
hard.
do. It is so
Faith is simple, but it is so hard. Because God will tell you to move. It won't tell you where to move. That's the think about that.
Yeah.
God will tell you to move, but then won't tell you where to move. That's crazy if you really think about it. It's faith, but it's crazy because all I'm requiring from you is movement. I am not telling you where to move, but it's like, okay, God, you said move, but where do you want me to move? It's a big world out there.
Question. Is it more so the where or the how to move?
Bro. Because you don't know how to move if you don't know where. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, once again, that Abrahamic nature. Sacrifice that son. Okay. But he didn't know he was going to have to end up sacrificing. All he knew was he had to go up and make a sacrifice.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
He didn't know where the ram was going to come from or how he was going to come.
He told him. Yeah. God told him to.
That's it.
Get from around your kindred.
Yeah,
He tell him where to go.
The one thing I'm hearing from both of y'all talk
is movement.
is the one thing. It's a phrase that I'm hearing. Right. It's like when you are embedded in obedience. When you're embedded in obedience. Yeah. When we are embedded in obedience, our job is not to worry about the how and the where. Our job is just to do what
just to obey.
That's it. And as soon as we just do that, the next thing will come. When he went, he finna, what's that? Okay, that came. You know what I'm saying? It would have been disobedient from God to say, go sacrifice your son. And he would have said, how am I do that? Or where is do you want me? That's not, I didn't ask you to ask me a question. I didn't tell you to ask, I didn't tell you to respond about what I told you. I told you just to do it.
It goes back to, can we follow instructions?
Right.
Yeah, it's
It goes back around.
We be so focused on how to, and you know, we human. That's what we gonna do. Right? You know what I mean?
Definitely. It's, man.
I be wanting to choke my kid, bro. Rain. Rain.
What Rain
do that.
now, brother?
And why are you asking? I didn't tell you to ask me a question. I said I'm gonna be here in this week. What time I'm gonna be there in the week. Don't ask me nothing else. Like, I'm not telling you, get ready. Am I supposed to just pack everything?
Right.
You like you making me, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wanting to know how to do well.
It is
wanting to know how to move. So I make sure I'm over prepared and I'm not under prepared, or I just feel like I'm lagging because I feel like I didn't prepare for the moment that I'm asking that. You know what I'm saying? So it really stems from a place of course, wanting to know, but just wanting to do well and knowing how to move and when to move. Because you don't want to be nowhere longer than you did desire to be.
Exactly. And that's human nature.
Yeah, but but for the angel's advocate, right? So, but if I'm your parent, and I'm the one who controls how you move and your substance, if I tell you that means I already got that covered. You just need to do. I already thought about everything that you need to think about. I already laid out everything that you need to get covered. Just do what I tell you to do, because as soon as you follow what I tell you, you're covered 100% because I already covered it.
That's good.
I already placed you in a position for you not to think. I just need you to move.
And it's not your job to move.
Because the only thing I can't do is what you're supposed to do for yourself. I did everything else.
Right. That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So when you be like, well, daddies, no, son, just do it.
Trust me.
Trust the process.
Trust.
Daddy, no, don't daddy me. Just pack it.
Daddy, Rain.
So-
Just pack the stuff, son.
Okay. Okay.
Dog.
Daddy.
Right.
Is what it is.
And so now he got a deep voice now, Daddy.
Daddy.
Right. Oh, baby.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was another thing. I ain't even gonna care.
That's good.
Yeah, so just be stripped, bro. This mine, that's me. Just look.
Coming from the house.
Cause just look. There's some stuff you might not like, but it could be something. Well, dang, I've been too long. I've been holding on there too long. Just look. Just look. Cause if you don't scope everything out, we'll miss something. And right now in this season, we don't need to be skipping those steps and missing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so just look. Just look. It's nothing. Just people don't be want to look at themselves, dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cause they be afraid of what you create that monster. It's okay.
Right.
You wasn't. I'm too fat. You wasn't saying that when you was busting down them pizza boxes. Now when your shirt off,
No thought process of that.
now when your shirt off, the joint hanging over, you don't want to look at it. Now look at it. That's the post slices.
You did this.
You get this.
No, Scott. You did it to yourself.
Look at it. Look at them 5 slices. It's right there.
It's piled on.
You can't see the belt buckle. Look at it. Look at that junk. How you feel? All right there. Go from 5 slices to 2. Let's make an adjustment. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? It's for real, bro. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Step away from the pizza box.
Back away, son. I told him. You ain't 2 minutes. Look at you.
Oh.
Your stomach hurting.
That was funny. Oh man, this was good. This was good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Strip, man. Strip. So, well, that's gonna be it for tonight, man. That was good, y'all. Well, that's some good stuff, man.
Yeah.
You did too, man.
That's some good stuff, man. So we hope y'all took something, out of tonight's broadcast. Once again, we like to, shed light on some things that we feel could be a blessing to you along your journey, whatever that looks like for you. So as we get ready to prepare for 2025, I know some of us is already prepared, but just, go in as a blank canvas, man, because, in this season, just like we live in seasons, we believe God works in seasons as well. And so in those seasons, there is some form of preparation. And for those that are feeling what we've been feeling, going into 2025, man, some of you feel like, you got to revamp your whole business plan. It's okay. Some of you got to revamp how you view relationships. Guess what? It's okay because God is stripping you away from you. And in order for him to give you all of him and everything that he offered or actually given to you in its totality, you're going to have to come to him stripped because he don't want what he's given you to be tainted, because he's giving you so much to be perfected, because he wants the best for you. In order for him to get the best to you, then he has to give it to you in a way that you can receive it totally from him. And that's being totally stripped away from what you think and how you think, and just allow him to, operate through you totally and wholeheartedly. So that way the people can receive the fullness of what you have to offer. So y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know how like we got to end. Oops. And y'all know what it is, man. Shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you'll have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. Once again, we'll see y'all next week. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.